I can't wait to share with you the techniques of my paper arrangement. So you can see it's just over here. It is a very light sculpture, if you wish. So it is a construction I made trying to do the following. It is an arrangement using unconventional material, so in this case paper, and it is in the low vase, so-called suiban, with no Kenzan. So without it, it's very difficult to control position of your flowers, and this is my way of setting up the whole frame for getting my flowers in place. Let's start. What you would need for this type of work is some sort of straight sticks. The second thing you'll need is something sharp to make holes in paper for putting those sticks through, and flowers eventually. And then of course paper. This is kind of a thicker type of paper. It's soft, it's not so rigid. So I will just show a bit of a principle and a small arrangement and a similar but much smaller suiban. So I start by making shapes which would be similar kind of shape. So here I went all circles. You can do triangles, you can do something else, but that has to have some coherence between them. I don't want to make it perfectly round. I could have gone also with scissors, like making perfect shapes. That's fine, but that's not what I want to do here. And it will take me, a few minutes to go through making a few circles. So what I'm doing here, I am just using the shape, which, my cup, which I always have for cutting flowers in. So I made several similar size circles around, and I'm now doing something a bit smaller to prepare for having those layers. And I like doing it with hands because it looks more natural, and at the same time it shows the quality of this particular kind of paper. So it really shows this kind of fluffy nature of it. I don't want to have them like big to small assorted, so I want them a bit like smaller, bigger ones mixed a little bit at least. So I put them like on top of each other, and I'm going to now thread the holding sticks through them. It is very important to remember that this is actually a construction process. It's not just that you do it, whatever you please. It has to have some engineering sense behind it. You have to understand that it needs to stand on its own, and you need to be able to fix it in a way that keeps it upright. What we're doing here is to defy gravity. And this is what I mean about construction. So you need to have at least 3 points where it stands safely. So to fix it, I will use a little bit of wire. And you can do it without, you can do it with more paper. Okay, so I have my basic construction, so it does stand on its own. What you can do then is adding more sticks to support it, to make it more stable and make it more interesting as well. I'm trying to make relatively small holes. That's it's a little tip to have branches staying tight in paper. Something like this, and then I have my little vase where I can either put it inside or outside, or try to put it kind of on the both, like I did here in the big arrangement. This way you can have flowers in water, and then you can have composition which goes outside of water. Let me proceed with the flowers. Lisianthus or Eustoma. That's what I used in that arrangement as well. So I'm kind of making a second one, and I can have them as a group together. That's also something interesting. Now I'm trying to figure out where I can make holes for holding this flower. Right, so we have developed a certain degree of balance for the whole composition, but now we need to add something relatively heavy, and we hope that the whole frame will hold. This is the work of like jeweler, trying to fit into tiny holes a flower, and hoping that this will allow me to still keep the balance of the whole composition. I have my, so to speak, holder, right? So I constructed something which does not look heavy or forced. I have my water supply, so my flower can drink. but it gives some, some different impression. And it can be seen from all sides, so it's kind of a pretty arrangement to put somewhere in the center. And I can add some small flowers maybe at the back if I want to have it like more interesting from the back of the arrangement as well. And what's nice about this flower, it's quite thin, so you do not need huge holes to hold it. Like rose I would not put in such arrangement, it would be heavy. It would require almost like working with cardboard if I would want to put heavier flowers, so you have to adjust yourself to this. So here I have it a bit hidden between two layers, and that's kind of what I like. But if I want to have those two arrangements together, like a group, right? I can have them standing maybe like this, and then I can add more of the straight material and kind of have them a connection between them and build like a common structure with some more movement to it. Well, it doesn't have to be, but I'm just showing what possibilities are, and this is really a technique which can broaden your horizons if you really explore it and do some more stuff this direction. So things like that, you can always go beyond. Let me know if that's interesting.